Today, I'm traveling to Palm Beach Gardens to see what I can find. All right, let's go. All right, so we're now entering PGA Boulevard, made our way to Palm Beach County, and first up, we have GameStop. So GameStop actually didn't have anything, they didn't have any signs posted up with any product that they'll be having today. And now we make our way to Target. Let's see what we can actually find here. And of course, once again, empty shelves. Everything was completely wiped, not one Pokemon product. Up next, we have Walmart, and of course, you probably guessed it again, absolutely nothing. Besides these cards that some kid probably ripped open some packs and just ended up leaving there. So I leave, and I make my way over to Best Buy. Best Buy actually had some product, but it wasn't anything that I really wanted. They had a Belly Bolt double pack blister along with a Zacian tin, so I decided to just pass that up. After that, I happened to stumble across a local card shop called Collector Realm, and they were filled to the brim with Pokemon products. They had sealed product, singles, they even had graded cards. I even found Bubble Mew along with Blaine's Charizard, and they had base set Blastoise, Fossil Articuno. So I then went to my car, I grabbed what cards I had to see what I can trade in. I ended up getting $75 as a trade-in credit, and with that money, I purchased this. After being very unsuccessful with all the retail stores that I went to, GameStop, Target, and Walmart, it was very nice to find a store that actually carried stuff. Collector Realm actually had a very good assortment of sealed product and singles. I decided to pick up Glory of Team Rocket. So the great thing about Japanese booster boxes is that you are guaranteed a hit. So before we make it back to the hotel, I'm actually pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, and then we'll make our way back to open some Glory of Team Rocket. I don't know about you guys, but Shake Shack absolutely slaps. I ended up getting the Carolina barbecue chicken with fried pickles. Alright, so I made it back to the hotel, I ate, I'm good, and I'm ready to rip open some Glory of Team Rocket. Let's go. Alright, so now that we have that booster box open, let's go ahead and rip open our first pack. And bear with me as I open these booster packs. I've seen enough videos to where I probably should know to have a pair of scissors on hand. However, I'm at a hotel and I don't have that with me. Alright, so off rip, we get a Fomantis, then Grimer, Meowth. Ooh, our first EX, we have Satitan, followed by a trainer card. Okay, pretty cool. Let's see what we can pull now. Alright, let's get that out of the way. And second pack, let's go. Obviously, we're looking for special art rares for Team Rocket's Mewtwo, Moltres, Nidoking, or even Crobat. And I'll consider myself very lucky if I'm able to pull that. Okay, Mankey, Smoliv, Meowth again, Mimikyu, trainer card, and okay, looks like that's it for that one. Alright, up next, let's see what we have here. And once again, these packs, it's like have a pull tab, but sometimes the pull tabs don't really work, so let's go ahead and just rip it the conventional way. Now I have Arrokuda, Pinecone, Raticate, Wobbuffet. Okay, this is actually a very nice art rare. Wow, I think this is actually one of the better ones in the set. Let me go ahead and grab a sleeve. Got these ready. Let's sleeve this thing up. All right, let's move right along. So back to what I was saying earlier about guaranteed hits, it doesn't necessarily imply a special art rare. The guaranteed hit could be a secret rare or even an ultra rare. Okay, let's see what we have here. Citadel, Mareep, Porygon, Oh, and a Persian EX, followed by a Porygon Z S2, whichever one that is. All right, not bad. Okay, moving right along. Back to illustration rares. Some other ones include Houndoom, Weezing, Orbeetle, Wobbuffet, Meowth, and Arbok. So I would like to see any of those. That would be very nice. And this pack's actually giving me a very hard time. Go ahead and stick my finger. Okay, all right, let's see if I can get this. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, so we have Larvitar, followed by Clamperl, Talo, what's her name, Ariana, and Murkrow. All right, okay, let's move on to our next pack. And some of the characters here, I'm very unfamiliar with them, but I know Giovanni for sure. Then we have Archer, Ariana, and Petrol. Okay, let's see what we have here. Ekans, Evolution of Smoliv, Larvitar, Grunt, and Abomasnow. All right, so nothing there. Next pack. Okay, all right, that one opened pretty easily. Let's go. And we have Growlithe, Nidoran, Shroomish. Ooh, Kangaskhan. All right, this is actually a really good art rare. And there's also Wobbuffet down in the water. And with this Kangaskhan, it was actually one of the first leaked cards for English, and people were speculating whether or not it was real or fake, and looks like it is real. All right, let's get that out of the way. Now it's sleeved up and moving right along. So the official release date for this set was actually April 18th, 2025. So I'm roughly 1 month after release, so I'm not too far behind. All right, let's see what we end up having here. Nidorino, Smoliv, Drowsy, Gorbis, I think, and a trainer card. Okay, and so as far as Destined Rivals, that actually comes out on May 30th, which is 2 weeks from now, or a week from when I upload this video. Okay, and we have Rattata, Nidoran, Smoliv, Coughing, and Ampharos. Okay, nothing there. Destined Rivals will actually be comprised of 2 Japanese sets. This one, Glory of Team Rocket, along with Heatwave Arena. All right, let's see what we have here. Porygon, Breloom, Dottler, Arcanine, and Arrokuda. All right, nothing here. With Journey Together not doing as well as everyone thought it would, I was joking around with Destined Rivals and calling it dead on arrival, but I am pretty wrong. This set is actually very hyped up. Okay, let's see what we have here. And we have Mankey, Zubat, Torchic, Zacian, and Arbok. Arbok would be a pretty good art rare to get. Okay, let's move right along. And yeah, Destined Rivals looks like it's going to be very hyped up. The focus of Journey Together with the trainers cuddling their partner Pokemon just wasn't really well received. At least in this set, okay, Muck, nothing here. At least in this set, the Pokemon are actually either doing something. It's like they're either doing an attack or they're acting in their natural environment, which is a lot better than, the trainers hugging their Pokemon. Hey, don't get me wrong, some people like it, but All right, now we have Rotom, Sneasel, Pupitar. All right, nothing there. Okay. Let's see if we can finally pull our hit. It should be coming soon. All right, let's see what we have here. Satotl, Nidoran, Growlithe, Houndoom, and Rocket Bomb. Okay. Prices for a booster box of Destined Rivals is pretty ridiculous right now. I believe it's sitting at $260. All right, Squawkabilly, Bitblug, Medicham, Trainer, and Orbeetle. I was actually able to secure a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box of Destined Rivals on the day where we had to wait in the queue for such a long time, so I'm really looking forward to getting that. Okay, if I'm able to get this open. All right, there it goes. Clamperl, Growlithe, Kangaskhan, Annihilate, and Coughing. With GameStop now no longer taking any pre-orders, people are having to resort back to camping in order to get product. So this past Friday, there were people camping out to get the super premium collection for Prismatic Evolutions. All right, now we got Combustikin. Oh, Ariana. Okay, looks like this might actually be our hit for this entire box. Not bad. Not the one that I wanted, but still, hey, it's still good. Let's go ahead and sleeve this up. And yeah, they actually did a pretty good job on this card. They had something similar, I think it was Deidre for Paldea Evolve, but they made this one look a lot better. Okay, all right, let's go. Next pack. So I guess now that we pulled that, it looks like we're most likely not going to pull another special art rare. So Motor Rotom, Grimer, Talo, Hypno. Okay. So I have seen videos where in addition to people pulling in SAR, they still pulled an ultra rare or a secret rare, but I doubt that would be the case here. Rotom, Nidorina, Mankey, Probopass, and Rocket Helicopter, I guess. Like I said before, I was actually really hoping to get a SAR for Rockets, Mewtwo, Moltres, Nidoking, or Crobat, but I'll settle for Ariana. That's fine. All right. Chingling, Skarmory, Swallow. Oh, Houndoom. All right. This is good. This might actually be my favorite art rare in this set. Houndoom and Archer. Okay, let's sleeve that up. All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay. And next pack. So yeah, I've actually seen openings where people only pull a secret rare and art rare and not pull an SAR. So I should be fortunate that I pulled an SAR. Okay, Flaffy, Rotom, Raticate, and Regirock EX. All right, so we pulled another EX. Not bad. All right. I don't know exactly how many packs I've opened so far, but if I were to have to guess, I'm definitely more than halfway through this booster box. All right, let's see what we have here. And Nidoran, Houndour, Bitplug, Spidops, and Pupitar. Okay. And in rare cases, I might be able to see another ultra rare, maybe a secret rare. I highly doubt it. But at this point, I'm hoping to get another illustration rare. Shroomish, Snover, Talo, Medicham, and Rocket Ball. I guess Rocket has their own ball. Sure, why not, right? For Heatwave Arena, some of the heavy hitters in that set would be Cynthia and her Garchomp, along with Ethan and Ho-Oh. All right, we have Nidorino, Porygon, Pinecone, ooh, Crobat EX. So we have ourselves another EX card. Okay, not bad. And so another hit in that set would be Misty along with her Psyduck. And that actually reminds me a lot of Sword and Shield Astral Radiance, where Misty was with her Starmie. Okay, Zubat, Nosepass, Porygon Z, S2, and Petrol. All right. And have you guys been seeing what's going on with sealed booster boxes for Sword and Shield? Those prices are going straight to the moon right now. It's actually pretty crazy. All right, so we have Zubat, Drowsy, Breloom, Mimikyu, and Arbok. And while these Sword and Shield booster boxes are climbing in prices, it looks like singles from the Scarlet and Violet era are actually going down, so I recently decided to pick up something. Okay, we got Mareep, Motor Rotom, Tyranitar, and Porygon SZ2, whichever one that is. And yeah, the card that I decided to pick up was Greninja EX Special Illustration Rare from Twilight Masquerade. And I recently made a video to try to see if I can get your guys' thoughts on whether or not it can get a PSA 10. All right, so we got Dolive, Ampharos, Ariana, and now it looks like we have 2 packs remaining. So let's see what we're able to get out of these ones here. All right, if I can finally get this open. Okay. And we have Torchic, Mareep, Meowth, Houndoom, and a trainer card. down to our last and final pack. Can we work some last pack magic? Can we get an EX or an illustration rare? Let's see. All right, Coughing, Houndour, Kangaskhan, Giovanni, and Murkrow. So that looks like that's it. All 30 packs, all gone. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's go over the hits that we got. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 EX cards. We got the Crobat, Regirock, Persian, and Satitan. And as far as art rares, we were able to get 3 of them. We got the Houndoom, the Kangaskhan, and the Wobbuffet. And the best card that we got was the special art rare of Ariana. So there you have it, an entire Japanese booster box of 30 packs gone just like that. And as far as the pull rates were concerned, they were to be expected. I was able to pull 4 EX cards, 3 art rares, and last but not least, 1 special art rare. As far as the 3 art rares and the special art rare, I might actually consider sending those in to get graded because they were all very clean. We all know that quality control and manufacturing in terms of Japanese cards are a lot more superior than their English counterparts. With this being my first Japanese booster box that I've ever opened, I had a very great time and enjoyable experience. Would I open up another Japanese booster box in the future? Of course, but it would have to be at a good price. I definitely don't want to pay anything over market price like what I did this time around. Of course, I would have much rather pulled Giovanni and Mewtwo opposed to the Ariana that I got, but at the end of the day, you always have to try to keep your expectations low. That way, when you do pull what you actually want, it just makes it that much better. That pretty much concludes the video. Thank you for joining me on my journey to Palm Beach Gardens. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.